Because it's not football season yet? You want to go to a game? It's not game day, baby. Few more weeks.
No. Today, LeBron is subtweeting again.
Oh.
I mean, again.
Oh, yeah, that's what he does. That's what he does.
Deja vu. More Big Apple beef.
Really?
Yeah.
Guys.
On the left is really Big Apple. That's with Sheldon Richardson.
Ah, yes. Must be the money, Mr. Cutler, am I right?
Wasn't the
Every
honey.
man is a greater woman.
Oh, my God. And a real cat debugging
Get that
a
dog!
dog.
I bet. Who backed up? You saw that dog backing up about that life. The SportsNation.
SportsNation is presented by Toyota.
I do not like what I just saw today.
King of the jungle for a reason. A cat
Oh,
is.
not a domestic cat.
A cat.
A lion.
That was a demonic cat. Did you see those eyes?
That cat has CT.
That was like
Hey,
Annabelle.
rude.
That's hope.
We have a guest today.
Oh, okay.
Hello, guest.
NBA insider Dave McMenamin.
Hey.
Thank you for dressing up.
Yeah.
You know, everyone that comes on the show is like, oh, I can wear my pajamas?
That's what we're doing here.
Sign me up.
Okay.
It works for us. Anyways, you cover the Cavs. Do you know
I
that?
do, yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to probably lead the show with that. Because why wouldn't we? Good Lord, he's at it
I
again.
like the cat video.
Don't worry,
Man.
an hour of that in a second. LeBron's social media pages have been very active since reports surfaced that Kyrie requested that trade. LeBron loves a good ambiguous tweet, and he fired one off last night. He tweeted, "Never let another ride your way." I did not know this, but that's a line from Drake's Portland song. It doesn't matter. Either way, it's silly. Is
Sure.
he? What is the deal? What is up with the subtweet?
Like, we don't know.
Oh, by the way, do we all know the definition of subtweet before Dave gets into it?
Oh, okay.
This is what it is.
Educate.
Go ahead, Elsie.
A tweet that mentions a Twitter member without their actual username. Usually employed for negative or insulting tweets.
Ooh, okay.
Though I don't think this was necessarily negative or insulting.
I'm going to ask Dave.
I'm sorry.
So, like, if LeBron did not intend for us to infer this was about Kyrie Irving, he would have had all the chance to put some more context to the tweet.
Sure.
So he knows that he put something like out there, four of us professionals on television.
Thank
We talk
you.
about
We're
the next day.
professional.
Professional. I wear pajamas apparently, so I can't. I don't know if I.
So did I.
Yeah, but I mean, so he's had such a past of subtweeting that where we knew it was about Kevin Love, fit in, fit out.
Absolutely.
He admitted it. This is the one that I still to this day cracks me up. It's this simple. You can't accomplish the same dream if everyone isn't dreaming the same thing every day. Nightmares follow. And then hashtag the DC, which stands for the Da Vinci Code.
Get out of
He
here.
put his own hashtag to give his cryptic kind of stamp on his cryptic tweet.
That's
so,
like art. He's taking it to an art
yeah, we've
form.
gone there before.
Obviously, it's a subtweet, but I'm not quite ready to say it's about Kyrie as of yet because, listen, LeBron's got a lot of fingers and hands and a lot of different things. We don't necessarily know who he's actually subtweeting, though it clearly is a subtweet. I think he
The real Lambo.
I think he respects Kyrie as a baller. I think, and Dave, maybe you can back me up on this, oftentimes when he criticizes his teammates in Cleveland, he's not necessarily saying Kyrie, he's talking about some of the other players. And so I think if he disrespected Kyrie, he would be more willing to throw him under the bus when he says that.
Right
Well,
now,
I think he respects him as a baller.
LZ has a point. I mean, he has his hands in so many different things. He has his show on Stars, and we saw 50 Cent tweet at the president of Stars. Maybe survivor's remorse is going through some
Stop
issues.
it.
Just going there. However, what you're talking about is really politician 101, which is elastic language. Elastic language allows you to say something and let us, as professionals, responsible members of the media, take it wherever we want. And the person who sent the tweet is sitting there laughing because you never can definitively say what its intention is.
Here's the deal.
It's elastic language. Smart.
LeBron does a lot of things I love, and then he does this stuff. And to me, it stinks of the guy who thinks he's the smartest guy in the room, and like he's getting one over on any of us, when in reality, I don't think that he's done anything for him to sit back and laugh at all of us, because at the end of the day, it's the same pattern.
Mama, you're wrong. Oh, God. Mama, that is so wrong.
But I love the fact that he does this because, you know what? He still makes himself available to the media.
Well, it
He
gives us
still
something to talk about.
If he just subtweeted and then hid from us, then I would be like, I hate that. But he subtweets and he talks to us.
Yeah.
So it's just another layer of communication.
He's said before, though, he wants to be able to use social media just like anybody else does.
As he should.
But that's where it's like, then we can't totally judge him for it because it's like he's just a human. He has a whim that day. He's going to put something out there the same way we would put up a funny joke we'd think of or a screen grab from some TV show.
But it beats the alternative.
But I don't subtweet. I do not subtweet.
But it beats the alternative.
That's just not my
Let's talk about the alternative. Let's talk about the option that was before this, which I played in an era where there was no social media. And guess what?
Good, lucky for you.
Because we had no outlets. Teammates were getting knocked out left and right. Think about it. All of yesteryear was going into practice. I have no outlet. I can't subtweet. Yeah. So now we have changed and evolved to a place where you don't know what I really meant, but I said it.
So it's getting it out in his own way, so he feels better without any sort of weird violence.
Without insulting the person directly with the bullseye. I respect this way. It's a new way.
All right, if I start
you want to see guys get knocked out again?
All right.
Jordan, Magic, they knocked everybody out.
Yes. Moving on to the Warriors, who've done
they did.
every single thing right this offseason. Yesterday, Steph Curry was asked for his thoughts on his squad heading into next season. Take a listen.
Even better. For them to get it done, to sign all the guys that they needed to sign, and add two great players in Omer Caspi and Nick Young, draft Jordan Bell. Like, I think we got better.
It's terrifying to everyone who's not a Warriors fan. Where are you compared to where you were last year at this time about this team? More or less optimistic?
Well, I can see why he said it. He's making $40 million next year.
Yeah.
Way more than he was making last year.
Bad.
So that's for his reason to feel good about things. But I cover the Lakers with Kobe and Powell, and, they had that motivation to come back from the loss in 2008 against Boston Celtics. They reeled off 2 championships. And then what happened? They started to dissipate a little bit. They took a step back. Because human nature, that's what happens. You can't motivate yourself that way. Also, look at what's happening with the Cavs. The Cavs were the team that they looked at all year long. Like, that's the iron sharpens iron type of thing.
Yeah.
The Cavs have taken a step back also.
Biblical.
So, yeah, sure. but what's the team? What's the external force that's going to get these guys to pull together and get better?
Is it more of another team from within the Western Conference that would provide the bigger threat?
If
or are
you
they
believe
really
in
even looking?
Well, my first read from what he said was, he said, we signed everybody we need to sign. Ian Clark. Ooh, that's not good. Shot him down. All right, that said, teams like this, that's successful, they're internally motivated because they have to really disconnect from all the external talk and all the noise that can obviously come inside the locker room. That said, they are better. Last year this time, I was saying Cleveland beat you guys. LeBron led in every major statistical category. Uh-oh, y'all going to beat them? Good luck. We'll see how Durant meshes. Now, because they are so good and they've reloaded and gotten better, Swaggy P is now in the house. Do you know who Swaggy P is statistically?
Yes.
Let me tell you who
Sixth man of the year maybe this year.
In the NBA, in spot-up three-point shooting, guess who's number 3?
I know.
Who?
Swaggy
damn P.
You are so
And guess who the top 2 are? I ain't even going to tell you. That's the point. They got all of them on one team, so this team is even better than what we saw last year.
You really thought the Cavs were going to beat the Warriors after they signed Kevin Durant?
Look, I said it was a conversation. Now there's no conversation. That's why Kyrie wants to abandon ship before LeBron abandoned ship, while Chris Paul left the Clippers. Everybody's shuffling.
That's not what they subtweeted, though, Marcellus. That is not what they subtweeted.
Right. Everybody's out.
They are better, and I think they're better for one primary reason, that they actually have another year to gel together. We were having those conversations. How will KD fit?
Right.
Well, we have the answer. And as far as the external motivation, I agree with you if this team had been together for a while. But this is really only their second year with KD, so they haven't had a chance yet to have like a sort of apathy towards the next season. They're still hungry and motivated.
Yeah.
And on top of that, the time to get this team, as you were referring to, Marcellus, is in that first year when they get together.
Right.
You don't get a good team.
Over?
Yeah.
Like the Heatles.
Like the Heat.
Like the Miami Heatles.
Miami
You
Heat
had to get them first.
got by Dallas, in part because they were still trying to figure it out. Dallas had actually been together for a while. Now the Golden State Warriors are together for a while.
But then the Spurs
it's
got
more
it.
difficult.
Yeah, year 4. But that was
But
Wayne
that
Wade was going down the hill.
what I was talking about with the apathy part. So they've been together now for 4 straight years.
point.
The guys are going down the hill. After 4 straight years of going through this, yeah, you may have problems with motivation.
But
The
Durant
second
kind
year,
of reset the clock.
Oh,
Exactly.
yeah. And the hate,
Absolutely.
the visceral hate towards him and this team now. I mean, they are really good dudes. Individually, everybody's a great dude, but everyone collectively hates them. You think that's not motivation?
It's a
that's
long NBA season to have
It's only 82
15 individual agendas on the same page for that long.
They'll be up by 30 in every third quarter, so it's not going to be
Good.
too
Won't
long
matter.
for them.
Oh, you're really selling the next season.
We got the NBA package on ESPN. Come on,
Only one
Marcelo.
segment? Only one
Yeah,
segment?
I guess so.
All right, I see how you are.
Hey,
Thanks for
it's
stopping
happening when you
by.
wear jeans.
Football
I
time.
know. Up next is football time. Cowboys are saying the league's taking way too long in their investigation of Ezekiel Elliott. Marcellus, I think, agrees.
I do. Yep, Jerry Jones, $5.2 million. Got to pay it off. This is Sports Nation.
You're the worst.
Sports Nation is presented by Toyota. Let's go places.
Fascinating.
You are watching Sports Nation, presented by Toyota.
Yeah, that whole situation was sticky because we lose, and then there's, he'll do little things, they're drama queenish. And then he dogging out this guy, that guy. It's everybody's fault except his, and then or a reason this and a reason that. Everybody pointing the finger when you losing, and then nobody want to say something to him, and then I say something to him, the criminal, the bad guy, and the media just ran with it. But like I said, that man know what he did to the locker room a little bit, and then I was the one to address that, and still will address it to this day. So if he can't come out on media and tell him what he did and how he actually quit on this team way before the season was over with, that's all in itself.
Wow. Shout out Michael K. Yeah, that was Jets lineman Sheldon Richardson talking about his former teammate Brandon Marshall, who he called, quote, drama queenish, and that he quit on the team last year. For the record, as someone who covers men in sports for years now, I believe men are a lot more dramatic at this point in the game than women are. So we can drop the queen and just do whatever you want with it. But that being said, like, your eyes open up during, like, he said a lot.
He said a lot, and reading between the lines.
You have to? Because I feel like it was just right there.
It was like a highway. It was
like here.
It wasn't a subtweet.
I'm only reading between the lines to really feel the sincerity, to see the accuracy, and it sounds like he's saying some truth here. Look, let's be real about this. Brandon Marshall, I know him, love this dude. Good cat. Is he an emotional cat? Yes.
Sure.
Does he get attention? Yes. You add emotional with attention getting, guess what you call that? A drama queen in the locker room. So by pure definition, that sounds like a drama queen king, yes. However, is he that in spirit, in real intention? No. But I understand where Sheldon's coming from. Look, Brandon Marshall got out of pocket a little bit when he was out there rooting for Ryan Fitzpatrick, being the GM of that team, said, I got to have that guy. And then every guy on that team, think about it, it's 51 other guys sitting there looking at y'all two like, okay, you went to bat for that. And when that came back, they were like, oh, my God. So, therefore, you already have a divide. I think the divide gets greater because now Brandon has to attach himself to a sinking ship, and Ryan Fitzpatrick, well, the rest of the guys are saying, hey, bro, won't you talk about what's wrong with you, what's wrong with him, what's wrong with y'all instead of what's wrong with us?
That was a lot.
But, that was a lot. Well, first of all, I snickered because, Sheldon Richardson actually has some criminal activity. So he was like I'm a criminal. I was like, going, well.
We're going to put this up.
Yeah, we're not
going to read that part.
But listen, I don't know if he quit. Right? Like, I'm not watching the Jets day in and day out. I don't know if he didn't go all out on routes. I don't know if he didn't block when he was supposed to. I don't know those things. His production definitely went down from year 1 to year 2.
Well, you think?
But Ryan Fitzpatrick, I was going to say, but Ryan Fitzpatrick threw an awful lot of interceptions that year, too. So it's hard to say whether or not, he quit when your quarterback's throwing to the other team 7 times in one game.
Yeah, you can't catch a ball he can't throw.
Exactly.
Can you get the ball to me before I can even catch it?
So I'm not prepared to say that the dude quit.
Not at all.
But what I will say is this. He gone. You still talking about him. So,
well, he's still talking about them, too.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. That's true. But
yeah,
he gone. Y'all both still in New York.
Yeah.
You'll have an opportunity to kind of work this out.
Yeah, at the club.
At the club. And good luck.
I want to know what the question was, because I feel like it was like, how you doing today, Sheldon? And then he just was like...
Criminal.
He unrolled the scroll.
That's all I want to say.
Lord.
Moving on, as we know, obviously, Jay Cutler signed the 1-year deal worth $10 million for the Dolphins. He has since admitted he was in a good spot in his life, spending time with kids, focusing on his broadcasting career, and it was his wife, Kristen Cavallari, that pushed him back into his NFL career.
Oh!
Hello.
Oh! Nicki Minaj.
Is this something that we even need to take seriously?
I mean, I don't take seriously because I don't care about the Dolphins, but I think that it's just really funny that when you look at, like, the 3 things that I figure in terms of if you're a Dolphins fan, how you feel about this. Number 1.
Oh, here we go.
If you really wanted him so bad, you could have got him when he was available in the first place, because if Bears cut him, he was out there dangling, and then he ended up retiring.
True.
Number 2.
Not fair. Not true.
No, it is true. It's
a franchise quarterback.
In fact, no, he's not a franchise quarterback.
Well, he was there.
No. He's been with the franchise. That doesn't make him a franchise quarterback. Number 2. They had to beg him to get out of retirement. They didn't just ask him once.
10 million reasons.
Yes, they had to beg. They had to beg
money out of him.
No. He had to beg him. And then number 3,
negotiations.
In your press conference, you don't go, man, I really miss the guys. You don't go, man, that's a great opportunity in Miami. You go, wifey said get out.
Right. It's like hilarious. Everyone in the room.
Respect. I get what you're saying. Look.
Franchise quarterback. Come on, man.
Everybody's joking like the wife is like, this Fendi ain't going to buy itself. Go work. That's not what this is about.
She also makes money.
Thank you. And it's not about that. The reality is every single guy who retires, there are going to be civilians in your life. There are going to be real friends, real family members who know how difficult it is to make 100,000 in the real world, let alone 10 million in the real world. When Fox is paying you whatever they're paying you, let's project 3 million, 5 million. What? Okay, I think that's hot. 1 million, exactly. Yeah. I could get 10 years of Fox life by just going out there, mailing it in.
Fox life.
Mailing it in for one season, throwing 20 picks. Who gives a damn? Check.
So you're admitting he's going to mail it in. That's even worse than what I just said. You just said he's going to mail it in.
Look, if he was any other position, it's very difficult. But quarterbacks, kickers, punters, they could reboot this.
Right, and he said he doesn't even have to be cardiovascular shape.
You know what's hilarious? Like if you look at the coach's quote from today, he says Cutler looks just the same as before. It's like going, well, that's good.
That's not good. So he was out of shape then.
Right, exactly.
Next up, it's been about a year since the NFL launched an investigation into Ezekiel Elliott. The league still hasn't given any indication when a decision may actually come out. Cowboys Executive Vice President Stephen Jones not happy with how long this investigation is taking. He said, these things are tough for everybody. I think at some point you should be able to get the information in some sort of time frame that it doesn't carry on like this particular investigation has. A year does seem like a long time, Marcellus.
Yeah.
So would you agree with him that the league's taking too long?
Oh, absolutely. Stephen Jones nailed this. I mean, you think about it, when an investigation doesn't have a tight timeline, it becomes fertile soil, and it cultivates that now you can actually indict this guy for more than just the charges he was brought up on. Think about it. In this situation, if you're investigating one crime, all of a sudden it allows more things, more incidents
how many
to come
crimes
into.
have you done?
No, think about it. Mom, if I said I'm joining the investigation and you said for how long, and I said for the rest of your damn life, guess what? I'm going to have more things to sway my opinion towards the one thing that I brought you under investigation.
Well, I would argue because you could. Fine, investigate me. I haven't committed any crimes that I know of, so go ahead, other than a speeding ticket here and there, which, fine, I paid it. So I feel like you can investigate for as long as you possibly want. Look, there's a reason why cold cases exist. Those things go on for decades. That doesn't mean the investigation just completely stops. It just means they're still looking or they haven't found everything they thought they could find. I could see why it's frustrating. I imagine it feels like a cloud is just constantly looming and you just want it to be over and done with. But I don't agree in the sense that, well, if you keep looking, you're going to find something.
Well, here's the solution. Here's the solution. Stop hiring criminals. That's it. Just stop.
They closed the criminal case.
Stop hiring people with criminal tendencies.
Do that.
Really?
I'm just saying, in this position, and they closed the criminal case against you, and they kept the NFL one open forever.
Here's the thing. The word investigation is different than the word, I don't know, exploration, right?
Sure.
Investigation means you're looking for very specific things. Exploration means you're doing sort of a general sort of thing. When you get hired, your company does an exploration. They check your background, they check your sources, they check, your resume, and they may call a resource here and there to see how you perform at that job. And then they're done. When you
are wrong.
What do you mean? I've been hired before. I know they call your previous employer.
I'm talking about
that's what I'm saying. No. An investigation means.
You're going to be wrong alone.
No. I'd rather.
LZ,
do you know what an investigation
understand what happened with this situation? It was a sexual assault investigation by the police.
Yes.
Closed case. Now, the NFL still has an open one. Guess what started to come into the narrative? Oh, did you see him on the float? Oh, did you see him at the bar? Oh, did you see him at the nightclub? And guess what? Does that have to do with this sexual assault investigation?
Can you not just live your life without getting in trouble?
Now you're wrong alone.
You know what I'm saying? Why does that piling on to a sexual assault investigation?
It's not that.
Answer that.
But you are sort of judged by the collective things that you have done. And I don't think that if I started an investigation in you, if I kept it out long enough, all of a sudden all these other things would unearth themselves.
They shouldn't come into consideration.
Then he should also be very aware, and we talk about this all the time. He knows eyes are on him. He knows this thing is still open for whatever reason.
That's what probation is for, if I'm convicted.
Don't go grab a chick's shirt. Don't get yourself involved in any kind of situation. Just live your life.
I'm not excusing that behavior, but it shouldn't be attached to something that I'm specifically investigating.
It's not, but we are judged by the whole of what we've done, and he's going to continue to be that for the rest of his life.
That's every NFL player.
But specifically, specifically him because there has been this investigation.
And that's why Steven says that, and I agree with him. It's unfair.
Exploration
I don't think
versus
it's unfair.
investigation.
I like your words. I like how
It's
you say
illegal.
what you're saying,
Oh,
but
we're going to take a little break.
Yeah, right.
Producers. When we come back.
You wrong along.
Back to us.
What if you like investigated?
Leaders of Sports Nation is presented by Toyota. Let's go places.
All right.
That was actually Fort Lauderdale. Tonight, ESPN Films will feature
Right.
2 high school basketball stories and new documentaries premiering back-to-back on ESPN. 8 Eastern, the Baltimore Boys, 9:30, the Morningside 5.
I saw it last night.
How was it?
Morningside 5, so great. Shout out to Stace Bozeman, the best athlete I ever played with.
There you go.
Ever.
Watch it.
Wow.
Tonight for SportsNation.
You can tell Keyshawn.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Winners
What
and
deal?
losers. First up, it's the Ocho. 21 hours of non-traditional sports awesomeness on ESPNU until 9 tonight.
Oh.
I say keep it the Ocho.
Oh.
Your favorite non-traditional sport.
Well, I was going to say ping pong until I saw they actually upped the game up and started using their head.
Cornhole's legit.
Cornhole
Cornhole
is
is
the best game.
legit.
Oh, you hydrate with some cornhole and have some food.
These are all beer-related games.
They are.
That's
Yeah,
interesting.
everybody getting drunk out
I
there.
know. Winner.
It was the
Growth
Ocho
spurt.
should be like the O shots.
Have it. Celtic star guard Isaiah Thomas posted on Twitter, yes, I did have a growth spurt this summer, my first one
Growth spurt.
in my life.
Growth
Wow, really? Do he have one?
No, not at 28. Hell no, stop lying.
You don't think it's
I don't
possible?
Impossible.
I don't
Is
know
it
the man business like
scientifically
that.
impossible?
He can go out, but
We
not
can
up.
shrink.
How do you define spurt?
You can,
Well, if it's an eighth of an inch, we count it, right?
no,
right.
Mama,
I
when
need
you
to get some
stop
numbers.
growing.
I need some numbers. I'm still growing
Yes,
this way.
exactly.
We're all going that way.
I'm going this way,
Oh, yeah.
intellectually, yes.
Horizontally,
Yes.
baby, but not
See you tomorrow.
vertically. It's a wrap.
Always growing, guys.